Gilded Age room. Hey, everybody. We're back with Senator Jon Ossoff of Georgia. I want to talk about what the action that Donald Trump and his Justice Department have taken down in Fulton County, Georgia. 3 weeks ago, the FBI raided the county election offices and seized 700 boxes of material from the 2020 election in a part of Georgia that he had contested fiercely. What do we know about why this happened?
Look, this all goes back to the president's obsession with overturning the 2020 election. And you all will recall that so many of his conspiracy theories began in the state of Georgia. Remember, he called Georgia's Secretary of State, our top elections official, Raffensperger, and he asked him, he intimidated him, he pressured him to, quote, find him exactly the number of votes that he needed to win in a state that he had lost. And his lies about Georgia were part of what ginned up that mob that sacked the U.S. Capitol and tried to hang his own vice president. So he has been obsessed with Georgia ever since. And I think what we're seeing is that he is wielding official power and wielding federal law enforcement in order to try to pursue his obsession with overturning the 2020 election.
Do we know what was in those boxes?
It was ballots for Fulton County voters. And, you know, this has really shaken people in Georgia, where we have such a deep history of attacks on voting rights, so much given, so much lost to secure voting rights. To have a federal raid seizing voters' ballots.
And just so people who may have forgotten, how many times were the ballots in Georgia recounted?
Recounted over and over again,
Hand
court case after court case. And then you've got Tulsi Gabbard, the nation's...
There she is
Tulsi
at the
Gabbard.
raid, looking like a spy, which I think she is as Director of National Intelligence, and they're not supposed to be doing anything within the borders of the United States. She's spying on the FBI for Donald Trump, apparently.
Let me say, if you live in a major democracy and the nation's spy chief is showing up at raids on sensitive election sites, something has gone wrong. Yeah. Something has gone wrong.
Well, one of your mentors is a man I greatly admire, and that was John Lewis. And matter of fact, the last time I talked to John Lewis, he was here. He actually surfed the crowd. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And here you are with John Lewis. I'm just curious, how old were you when you met?
I was 16 when I met Congressman Lewis, and I had read his memoir, Walking with the Wind. You know, growing up in Georgia, you're steeped in civil rights history. And of course, he was a legend. He was my congressman. I read his autobiography. I wrote him a letter asking if I could meet him. That meeting led to a job. That job led to a lifelong friendship. And I never would have pursued elected office without his encouragement and his support. But I'll tell you what, he would have very high expectations of all of us at this moment in our country's history.
What do you think he would say to us?
I think that you know, and we all know, that there are some folks who are sort of doom scrolling in the fetal position. Every day there's a new outrage, and it's easy, I know, to fear that maybe we could lose our republic. And I think that what Congressman Lewis would tell us is that it's up to us. We have the power to right the ship. No one's going to do it for us. Theirs was the most successful nonviolent mass mobilization in American history, arguably in world history, the civil rights movement. They dealt with an awful lot. We can deal with this, but I'm telling you, these midterm elections are the whole ball game. There is a lot riding on what happens in November.
Senator, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
Pleasure to talk to you. Senator Jon Ossoff, everybody. We'll be right back with Kyle McLaughlin.